ना सर, मैं तो इतना बड़ा भगवान हूँ, एक बार हाँ बोल दिया तो सब बोल दिया, आई कैनॉट टेक इट बैक। नारद मुनि के पास हर चीज का रास्ता होता है। इसे फिर डोंट वरी का रास्ता है ना, क्या रास्ता है ना। एक आदमी मैन्युफैक्चर बंद कर दिया सही है, मगर उसको पांच आदमी दे देते हैं। Then Lord Shiva was very concerned. She said, देखो आपने पार्वती का मुंह नहीं देखा, एक हस्बैंड को संभालते संभालते बेचारे पागल हो गई। How do you expect that she will be able to handle 5 husbands? No, sir. There is a moral of the story for all the generations, including the girls of GIET. That girls should not be so unduly ambitious. If they are unduly ambitious, they should pay this price, and Draupadi had to pay them. The moral of the story is that none of us is perfect, including you and me, and that's why I don't look for perfection in everybody. So your boss will be having some areas of imperfection. You should be very street smart, like my friends in the conversation they have told how to be street smart. You should be very street smart to find out boss का weakness क्या है, जिसमें मैं तो उठता था। इसीलिए let me tell you, I come from a remote village in Odisha. My father was a very poor farmer. From that, if I am director of a very reputed company, including part-time director of another 7 companies in India, you see what is the journey I have traveled. A lot of efforts have gone into that, but one of that is मेरा boss हर time मेरे ऊपर खुश रहता है, ठीक है? And one particular boss who has changed my fortune is Mr. Sinha. He comes from a very remote village in Dharmanga. In Dharmanga, Bihar. Okay, that time I was in Reserve Bank of India. The country was going through a serious foreign exchange crisis, and that time he was always getting calls, getting invitation to deliver lectures on the foreign exchange position. You must be knowing how globalization came to this country. So that time, I found ये boss में weakness क्या है, मेरे को पता चल गया. One day I found he was invited by Bombay Chamber of Commerce, and there he was delivering a lecture, and then I found that he was struggling with words, as it happens, you know. Maybe in Bihar they don't give that importance to English, study of English, but very intelligent man, but slightly poor in English. And I happened to be first class first in MPhil English, तो मेरा इंग्लिश बहुत अच्छा था तब, अभी तो थोड़ा हिंदी बोलते बोलते गड़बड़ हो गया, but फिर भी, so I just thought that I'll step in there. I said, sir, can I prepare your speech, sir? I had just joined as a very young director at that time in Reserve Bank. Then he said, I find your English very good, and I have seen your पर्सनल फाइल और पर्सनल फाइल in English. ठीक है, मेरा नेक्स्ट स्पीच जो है ना वो कॉन्फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडियन इंडस्ट्री में है, और बिग इंडस्ट्री लीडर्स विल कम, द मिनिस्टर्स आर कमिंग, वो लिखो तुम। तो मैंने उसको बहुत बढ़िया इंग्लिश में लिखा, एंड द जेंटलमैन ही मेमोराइज्ड इट थ्रूआउट द नाइट, एंड नेक्स्ट डे इन द मॉर्निंग ही पैरोटेड इट आउट इन द फंक्शन, and there was such a huge response that there was standing ovation. Everybody stood up and clapped, including the 2-3 ministers who were there. At that time I wanted to give a vote of thanks to him, and I said, ये साल जो मेरा बॉस है ना, ये तो भगवान है, वो इनका इतना ज्ञान है, उनको जो देखता है वो ज्ञान भर्ती हो जाता है। So such a great management, and when I said that, my boss looked at me, I looked at him. हाँ, दोनों में आंखों में बात हो रही, क्या होता है, इंडिया लगता है ना, पूजा आंखों में बात होता है तो प्यार होता है। So ultimately both of us fell in love. Luckily for me, I am not a girl, and he became my elder brother. To this extent that last month when his daughter was getting married, he said, नंदी तुम नहीं आओगे तो नहीं होगा शादी मेरी लड़की का, तुमको आना ही पड़ेगा। तो फिर I had to make time and go to Patna. He is my elder brother. I am not going into that. Important issue is how to win over the boss. Find out his weakness. उधर फिट हो जाओ। एक बार अगर फिट हो गए ना, फिर एकदम पूरा आंखों में हो जाएगा। Right? This is the only clue I am giving you. about rules. I think you will not fall asleep now. Okay. So now come to this. I was talking to you, okay, about the brawl. See, there are two things in this: brawl and rules. I'll first talk about the rules. As somebody in the morning, was reading out my background, and I said, see, I have spent 22 years. I was an executive magistrate earlier. I taught in Odisha in Utkal University. Then I came to civil service. Then I came to Reserve Bank. Then I came to UTI. A total span of almost 25 years, 22 years in government and public sector. Especially in RBI, I was for 21 years. So when I came to this company, okay, I joined as director. So then, first day my chairman calls me and tells, Dr. Nandy, are you sure you will continue with us? I said, why, sir? Now today I came to know that all the proposals that came to you, you have rejected by citing some rule or the other. Don't forget that I am paying you 15 times of the salary you are getting in Reserve Bank of India. And I have hired you only for one reason, that you will deliver result for me and not bloody talk of rules. Somebody was also, one of my learned friends was talking about the result. Okay? So you should deliver the result. If you cannot, then I said, sir, sorry, I was in Reserve Bank of India, who was the biggest white elephant I have ever seen anywhere in the world, because they have no competitors. And being regulator, I was always talking about the rules. During lunch, we will be discussing how many proposals from PNB came and we rejected by putting some clause of Banking Regulation Act, RBI Act and all that. And SBI का अगर काट के उड़ा जाए तो बहुत खुश है. So now I am in the situation when I have not required to talk of rules. Give me the 7 days time. If I cannot adjust, then I will go back. I have my lien in RBI for 6 months. I will go back. He said, okay, I will give you 2 days, not 7 days. So in 2 days I changed. Now anybody talks of rules in my company, I hang him now. Okay? And I have become quite successful there by not talking of rules and talking only of result. That is what in the morning we are talking about. If you make a lot of efforts and the result is nil, nobody bothers you. You can write an autobiography about how much efforts you put for being a failed man. Some stupid idiot will read it, but we have no time to read that. We believe only in result because we are in a competitive dynamics. Brawl means, fight. So here is a statue here. I think it's not here. So when you fight, what is the intention? The intention is to be the winner. Okay? So here is my friend Vivek. He sang so beautifully in the morning. I personally congratulated him. So my friend Vivek is standing with a flag here. Vivek, where is he? Is he there? Or he is left? Acha, okay. So he is the winner. Right. See, but let me tell you one thing. After globalization, you people are so lucky. You are born to a generation when post-globalization opportunities were galore. During our time, when we came into the job market, opportunities are so few that whenever we were going for interview, my mother used to pray to all 33 crore gods and goddesses, and for 7 days, itna tension hoga, mera khana wana band sab. And then because we could not afford to lose anything. Of course, I lost very few. That's why I have changed almost 7 to 8 jobs. But important issue is that how you, even if opportunities are galore, is it possible that all of you can be winners? Yes. The answer is a positive yes. It was not an answer earlier. Earlier, for every winner, there has to be a loser. Because opportunities are few, it has to be balanced. Now you can create a string of winners. Right? But how do you create? That is what I thought I will be talking about it in the morning when I met your chairman and secretary, I found a very lesser combination in that. That is, dream and the passion to change the dream. These two are lesser. Only dream is not going to give you any end result. It may end in nightmare also. Passion chahiye. We will be talking about that. But important is he who conquers others is strong, but he who conquers himself is mighty. How do you conquer yourself? That is what we are talking about. You will be able to conquer yourself if you are in a position to empower your mind for inevitable success. Okay? Chase the impossible dream, and when you chase an impossible dream, the dream has no alternative other than being fructified. It has no alternative. It's a poor fellow. When you chase a dream with all the passion, the dream has to fructify. It is a very poor fellow. It cannot do anything. Being a farmer's son, my parents were praying every day to make me a village school teacher. From that, if I am whatever I am today, it is just because of the passion. And what is that passion we will be talking? Do you know there is no English equivalent of the word passion? There is nothing. Only in Hindi something is there. पागलपन. आपको पागलपन चाहिए. Dream big. Don't be satisfied with dreaming small. You know why? Why? Because the greatest thinker, manager thinker, Peter Drucker said that the greatest tragedy of human life is not that you dream big and miss it, but you dream small and achieve it. Fantastic. The greatest tragedy of human life, is not that you dream big and miss it, but you dream small and achieve it. We are not meant for smaller things. Please realize one thing in life, that this creation as human being, how many times you celebrate? You never celebrate. If I tell you the reality, you will celebrate. Right? Suppose I let up tomorrow is Sunday, so that fasting today. So tomorrow is Sunday. Suppose I let up in Puja Datta's place. Okay? Then she will say, "Arey Sara aa gaya, abhi to humko chicken khila dete." So she will go to the chicken stall. Have you seen ever the tension in chicken on a Sunday? आपने गया हो ना जाली में जिधर चिकन रहता है, आपने कभी देखा है ना? So now Puja goes there. Puja goes, of course, accompanied by her boyfriend. So Puja, word clubbing, it is an achievement. So Puja points out to a chicken and says कि इसको काट दो. सारा जाए, सबको खिलाना है तो इसको काट दो. तो लाल वाले चिकन को काट दो. जैसे उसका अंगूठी लाल वाले की तरफ जाता है, लाल वाले चिकन को पता है कि अंगूठा ऐसे होने के बाद क्या होता है. तो बोलते दैट इज द टाइम आवर बॉयफ्रेंड से नहीं ये साग जो है ना थोड़ा ज्यादा खाएगा लगता है, तो ये लाल वाला छोटा पड़ेगा. वो अंगूठा इसका ऐसे तरह बोले काले वाले को काट. ठीक है, लाल वाले से जैसे काले वाले की तरफ अंगूठा आया, लाल वाला बोलता बच गया. एंड काले वाले खूब करता है, मगर खूब करने से कौन छोड़ता है? नाउ काले वाले जो है ना, इट एंड्स अप इन माय प्लेट. Now my question to all of you friends is, tell me how many of you are sure that you will not be born a chicken in your next birth? Any of you is sure? Nobody is sure. I am also not sure. Right? So this will make you realize how glorious this birth as human being is. Okay? This birth as human being is such a glorious creation God has gifted us. The entire life is in our grasp. Please remember that in your next birth, even if you are born as lion of the forest, even if you are born as lion, the king of forest, what are the two choices for you? Either you will be shot by a hunter or you will be in the zoo. Is there any third choice? This is going to happen even if you are born as king of the forest. Forget about chicken. Right? So just try to understand the glory of being born as human being. The entire life is in your class. You can do simply anything. Nobody can stop you from doing anything. Right? So, what is the moral of the story? Moral of the story is, dream big and chase all your dreams with all the passion. एक भी dream को छोड़ना मत. Never dream small. Okay? All the important strides in the annals of history have been made by people who knew how to dream big and chase the dream with passion. Now you should ask me, sir, what is passion? What is passion? Pagalpan, I have told you. I tell you, one wrestler was being trained by his guru to be the champion of Odisha. And then one day this fellow, he met with an accident, he lost his right hand. He said, I will commit suicide. My dream has gone to dogs. How can I wrestle? My right hand is lost. Then his guru came and said, my dear child, I can still make you champion of Odisha, wrestling champion. Tell me, how can you do, sir? I have lost my right hand. Now I will do it. Tell me whether you have that passion. He said, passion में नहीं समझ पा रहा हूँ. तो उसको, he took him to the side of the river, took a river. He took him to this much of water. He put his उसका चोटी पकड़ के उसको down कर दिया. Right? He kept him under water for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. That fellow फड़फड़ा रहा था. Then after 3 minutes, when he released the hand, what happened was he sprang out of water. Okay? Then he brought him by the side of the river and he said, my dear Sishya, tell me, now I have 2 questions. Number 1, when I had pinned you down under water, what is that one thing that crossed your mind? What is that one thing that crossed your mind? The breath and breath. Any other thing that crossed your mind? No, sir. Do you understand what is passion? Yes. So he taught him a technique. He taught him a technique where the opponent to tackle him has to catch hold of his right hand and twist so that he falls down. There is no other way the opponent can tackle him. So he taught only one technique. So when the opponent was looking for the right hand is not there. So that fellow got jittery, he got disgusted. अरे किधर पकड़ूं? Right hand तो है नहीं साहब, किधर पकड़ूं? Right? He got jittery, he lost his cool, and that is the time he kicked him, he fell down, and he became the winner. Okay? So I am telling you this thing because there is a lot of talk about sport today. Right? God does not give you any weakness. All weaknesses can be converted to strength. You see, not having the right hand and becoming the champion. How do you reconcile? You reconcile by only one factor, that is passion. Right? If you have that passion, all weaknesses will become strength. You know, when Amitabh Bachchan came to Bombay, they said he is a lotu hai. तो हीरोइन तो इसका इतना तक आ रहा है, तो रोमांस कैसे होगा? रोमांस कैसे होगा? उसको गोदी में लेकर रोमांस करेगा थोड़ी? So he did not get any role. He was rejected everywhere. He was rejected everywhere. But he never went back to Calcutta again to become a clerk in the ship liner company where from he came. He clutched on to the dream with all the passion, as a result of which he is the emperor of Bollywood today. Okay? You look at Rani Mukherjee. Same thing happened to her. When she came, they said, "Iska voice to pura marad deta hai." The romance किधर से आएगा? ये तो भाग जाएगा. She also never went back to Calcutta again. Right? She also clutched on to the dream with all the passion, as a result of which she converted that husky voice to be the sexiest voice of Bollywood. Okay? As a result of which she remained the reigning queen of Bollywood for a very long time. What has happened to her today, I care a foot for that. You will agree that she remained the reigning queen of Bollywood for a very long time. So what is the difference between weakness and strength? There is no difference. There is no difference between weakness and strength. Similarly, there is no difference between right and wrong. You know, Columbus never wanted to discover America. He wanted to discover India. Isn't it? So when he reached American shore, he was confused. अरे मैं तो हिस्ट्री में पढ़ा था इंडियन सब काले काले होते हैं, इधर सब लाल लाल आदमी किधर आ गए? Okay? But having traveled all the way, he never wanted to create a controversy. He wanted to reconcile. He said, इतना झमेला क्यों बाबा? उनको रेड इंडियन बोलते थे. It is a result of which the aborigines of America who have nothing to do with India, they are still being called red Indians. Because a person named Columbus had made a mistake. But think for a while. Even if he would have discovered India, he would have been equally famous. This mistake on the part of Columbus did not prevent his name from being written in the golden letters in the annals of history. So what is the difference between right and wrong? The Wright brothers were trying to fly the machine. Okay, the whole world came and started spitting on them. You idiots, you are trying to fly the machine. Don't you know that birds fly because they have wings? And you are trying to fly the machine. Do something sensible. Sensible, underscore. Sensible. Right? Suppose they would have given it up and done something so-called sensible. My dear friends, we will not be traveling by air today. Okay? We would be still traveling by below. Just because they clutched on to their dream with all the passion. So, when you do that in your personal life, all wrongs will become right. All weaknesses will become strength. Possibly you know that story, you know. एक आदमी बकला रहा था. So one day he came and he approached. The CEO of a company. The company sells Bible. Right? He said, "Sir, मेरे को नौकरी दे दीजिए." ना तू कैसे नौकरी करेगा? तू तो हफ्ता तू clearly see my job, my company does only sales. Sales में most important thing is communication. Okay, और पर्टिकुलर सेल्स के एक्सपर्ट है. तो see, sales में most important thing is communication. But how do you communicate? तू तो बात नहीं कर पाता तो करता है एक घंटा. तेरे को कौन सा नौकरी में दूंगा? ना सर देखिए बीवी बच्चे मर जाएंगे, कुछ तो दे दीजिए सर. नहीं सर एक मौका दीजिए. See, I also meet a lot of people, you know. They will say मौका दीजिए. I get very emotional touched. The reason is, with my background, मेरे को भी किसी ने मौका दिया. ठीक है? तो मौका देने की बात आ जाती है तो अच्छा ठीक है इसको मौका दे दो. So he put him to a territory where not a single Bible has been sold for the last 5 years. So that this fellow on his own, he will resign and go. But in 1 month he sold 10,000 Bibles. Right? Then it was such a big news that all the sales people, marketing people, they wanted to hear him. So they organized a very big function and they said, तुम ऐसे कैसे कर दिया ये जादू कैसे कर दिया? तू बात नहीं कर पाता है, तू कैसे बेच डाला 10,000 Bible? Then he said, मैंने कुछ नहीं किया. I go and tap the door of all the households and I will say, the moment they will open the door, I will say, don't buy this Bible. I'll read it for you. And that time his wife has already come. You know, ladies are very sympathetic, as you know. So when they see pain, so much of anguish in his face, read so large that I'll read. Then the wife is telling her, please don't take the trouble, don't read it. Don't read it for us, we'll buy it. Okay? Don't read it for us, we'll buy it. And that is how he ended up selling 10,000 Bibles. Now tell me, what is the difference between weakness and strength? How he converted his weakness to strength. भगवान किसी को weakness नहीं देता. That is why Helen Keller, you know, when she was, you know, she is paralytic from this down below. When everybody came and they started asking, how is that man you have achieved so much in spite of so much of handicap? He said, I warn you, never use the word in spite of. I have achieved it because of this handicap, because of in bold, in capital, in red, because of this handicap. If this handicap was not there, I would have walked to the grave like you bloody fools. Non-descript, non-announced. Okay? I would have walked to the grave. And today what you see me, it is because of this handicap. I am so grateful to God for having given it to me. You see, everybody we have talked about attitude. Attitude basically means how you respond to a situation. How you respond. Your response system decides your attitude. crisis does not come with a definition of its own. You give a definition to it by deciding to respond the way you do. If you respond positively, then that crisis becomes your friend. It becomes your teacher. You no more look at it as a sort of crisis. Okay, come to this. Next. You see, winners are not born, they are made. This is the most important thing you should remember. Earlier days, who are the winners? You always used to say, na, "Arey, he is so successful because he is born with a golden spoon in his mouth." Okay? Now you see everywhere in corporates, you see in cricket में who are the winners? एक आदमी जो बीड़ी पीता था, टीचर इवन के धोनी, he is the winner. ठीक है? दारू पीता था, देसी दारू पीता था. He is the winner. Who is मुन्ना पटेल? उसका बाप भीख मांग रहा था. ठीक है? चप्पल मार के हाफ पैंट पहन के वर्ल्ड कप के बाद वो आ गए. Who are the winners today? People, those who are born without any spoon in their mouth. Forget about golden spoon. They did not have silver spoon. They did not have iron spoon. They did not have wooden spoon. No spoon. People are winners today with no spoon in their mouth. This is the biggest realization post-globalization. All of us can be winners. Right? The dominant force in your existence is the thinking you engage in. How many of you believe that what you think that happens? You believe? You believe, please? Deepika. Yeah, Deepika believes that what? Why you believe in this?
Most of the time it happens what I think and do not speak it happens. In the morning I thought secretary sir would not come and it happened.
Good. Yeah, it is giving a different orientation. But as I said, I have my own orientation. I put everything to management language. Okay? So, what do you think that happens, Deepika? Because all the gods and... Achha, can you tell me any god or goddess? Have you seen why all gods and goddesses are in Tathastu mode? Tell me. Have you ever thought about it? Have you seen any god or goddess standing like Rajnikant in Robo? Tell me why. Will you accept suppose tomorrow you see Lord Jagannath with a cigarette? Will you accept? Why all gods and goddesses are in Tathastu mode? Why? Because Deepika, they are also suffering from diabetes. They are also suffering from cholesterol. They are also suffering from a lot of psychosomatic ailments. So they are also going on morning walk. Don't think that only this morning I went on morning walk, and all of you maybe and your parents, तुम्हारे बाप माँ जो है ना उसमें भाग रहे हैं. So all gods and goddesses are also suffering from diabetes. So they go on morning walk. Like suppose they are passing by the house of Indrajit. Indrajit, you are Indrajit. Yeah. They are passing by the house of Indrajit. Lord Ganesha is passing by the house of Indrajit. And Indrajit is thinking in capital, in bold, in red. Indrajit is thinking, अरे मेरे से कुछ नहीं हो रहा है यार. मेरा रिजल्ट GIET में अच्छा नहीं हो रहा है, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, क्लास में सब स्कोर खराब आया, सब गड़बड़ हो गया, सब गड़बड़ चल रहा है. I am an useless fellow. मेरे से कुछ नहीं होगा, एक लड़की भी पढ़ नहीं रही. So I am a bloody failure. Lord Ganesha is passing by with Tathastu. Yes, Indrajit, Tathastu. But the moment he thinks, again things status quo in red, in bold, again Indrajit will think, I am not bloody part of the crowd. मैं करके दिखाऊंगा, GIET में टॉपर बनूंगा, सबसे अच्छा प्लेसमेंट लूंगा, तो दुनिया को हिला दूंगा, करके दिखाऊंगा, एक लड़की नहीं 10 लड़की. Okay? So who creates your reality? You create your own reality by thinking the way you do. If that is so, then why not create better reality for yourself by thinking the way you do? And that is possible. See? You are effort to create your own reality. I have said there is some benefit to be had from every adversity. Okay? God does not close all the doors on your face. If He closes one, He opens another 5. But the unfortunate thing with us is we are so much selfish and possessed with that particular door which has been closed on my face, that I continuously go and bang my head against the door which has been closed, and I know fully well this door will never open again in this life. This is the type of selfishness and possessiveness I have. As a result of which, I lose sight of another 3 doors which have been opened very kindly by God. Once you change that perspective, any crisis hits you, any adversity hits you, एक ही क्वेश्चन पूछो. भगवान नंदी सर उस दिन आए तो बोले थे एडवर्सिटी इज ए पैकेज, इट इज ए पैकेज डील बाय गॉड, राइट? तो उसमें मेरे लिए क्या है? आप आज से पूछना शुरू करो, and you will find there is something for you, definitely, because it does not close all the doors for you, right? So एक बंद करते थे 3 जो खुलते हैं ना, ये तीनों को जोड़ो, and then you will find that the crisis, that adversity has become a friend of yours. So each and every adversity, it comes as a package, and there is always some benefit in any adversity. So each of your belief is a choice. We are the only creation who does not go by instinct. All other animals, they behave by instinct. Only human beings, we are given choice. Like now, suppose I give Indrajit a slap. Then what will happen? How many choices he has got? Number one, he will give me a slap back. Number 2, he will instigate all of you to beat me up. Number 3, he will complain to Professor Mishra कि ये third class आदमी को किधर से लाया? ठीक है? Number 4, he will complain to the police. Number 5, which is very dangerous, he will inform this to his 5-6 girlfriends who will pounce on me. So out of these 5 choices, whatever choice he is exercising, he is creating reality for himself. He cannot blame anybody in life, right? All response systems are like that. We are always giving 3-4 choices. God is very kind. We make whatever choice we think the best, and if the choice is not best, we start blaming our father, grandfather, and all that. मेरा पिताजी तो फरमान थे इसलिए यार ऊपर उठ नहीं पाया, नहीं तो मैं पहाड़ की दुनिया को. So you are never defeated until you accept defeat as reality and decide to stop trying. Right? Please remember one thing: you are never defeated without your consent. Okay? You can be destroyed, but you cannot be defeated without your consent. You always give consent before any defeat in life. That is why you will see, if 3 or 5 patients are suffering from same type of cancer, same drug is being administered, but only 2 are surviving, another 3 they are dying. Only 2 are surviving 10 years, 15 years. Another 3 are dying in 5 or 6 months. Why? Why? Because these 3 who are dying in 3 months, they have decided first day itself कि मेरे को कैंसर हो गया है, मैं तो मरने वाले हूँ, ग्रेव की तरह मेरे को दिखाओ, मेरे को कोई जरूरत नहीं है. नहीं मेरे बच्चे इतने छोटे हैं, मैं मरने वाला नहीं हूँ, तू कैंसर हो जो भी हो, मेरे को सैल्यूट मारो, मैं नहीं मरने वाली हूँ जब तक बच्चे को सेटल नहीं करता हूँ. So they have empowered their mind, they have decided it in their mind, they have thought it in their mind कि मैं मरने वाला नहीं हूँ, तो कैंसर उनको सैल्यूट मारता है. Life is always like that, my dear friends, that you are never defeated without your consent. You look at Mamata Banerjee. See, the communists, they broke all the parts of her bone. ठीक है? She could be destroyed, but she could not be defeated. She bounced back. Our entire life story is like that. So never give consent to defeat in your life, ever, ever, ever. Next. So you already possess the ability to excel in at least one key area of your life. Never call anybody useless. If you are calling anybody useless, you are passing a judgment on yourself. that I am so useless that I am not able to spot talent in others. भगवान का क्रिएशन फालतू कभी भी नहीं होता है. Only thing is, we as managers sometimes we are not able to spot the flicker of brilliance in which area. As a result of which you pass judgment. The only real limitations on what you can accomplish in your life are those you impose on yourself. Okay? Now suppose I call Indrajit. Indrajit, can you please come and dance here? Indrajit? You can dance here? Huh? No. अच्छा, sit down. अच्छा, ये what is your name? Yeah. Can you sing? Can you come and sing here? Datta? Huh? Come and sing here. You are not Priya Datta, na? What is your name? Huh? I am sorry. Yeah. Can you sing a song? Huh, sing. Yeah. Oh, you can sing. You are not spoken Bengali. What you know, Datta you are. She is a great Bengali. Yeah, please. One second. You are looking for inspiration from you. अच्छा हाँ
हमको तुमसे प्यार
Now tell me what is the difference between her and English? What is the difference? Sorry? Suppose English, if you are a 3-year-old child, I would have called you and English better थोड़ा dance करो. तुम डांस करते या नहीं? अभी क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो? All of us have been blessed with all the potential by God. अभी अगर मैं वो 3 साल का होता ना उसको बुलाता डांस और डांस करता नाचो नाचता जहाँ भी कोई सोचो करो. But now he is not doing. Why? Because as we grow up, we chop like vegetables, one potential after another. And when we die now, our beta will be written like this, okay, he was a banker, he was a director, like this. What about the 100 more potentials God has given us? That is what I am trying to say. That you try to put your own limitations. Okay? The only limitations on what you can accomplish in your life are those you impose on yourself. Right? Otherwise, we can do anything. Expansion of potential is my fundamental right. That is what makes me multifunctional. You are laughing. But please remember, all of us are by birth multifunctional. Okay? So if the girls are expecting husbands to be multifunctional, nothing wrong with that. Okay? And if you are expecting your wife to be multifunctional, nothing wrong with that. Very natural. And it should happen. It should happen. Right? So we put our limitations. We put our limitations. Right? That is the very dangerous thing. So You need the support and cooperation of other people to achieve any worthwhile goal. So there cannot be great success without any great commitment. You need the success and cooperation of other people to achieve any worthwhile goal. You know that? Can you tell me what time I should close? See, my record is I have spoken for 7 hours at a stage. I think our coordinator will give the last thing.
Just a minute. I think he has been a wonderful speaker. I think you should listen. But again, sir, there should be some time limit.
Yeah, that's right. So that I really structure
Because, students, fine. I think, to become like Dr. Nandy, it might take years. Carry those things. But you have to have a panel discussion. I want my students to speak,
Yes.
See, the speakers, they are known for speaking. The students have to put in questions to the panel members who are here, and you may not get the opportunity. So, reasonably, a good time you have to put an end.
No, tell me.
Maybe 4:30. We'll see how it goes.
4:30.
Okay?
Take it. 4:30. I think I know you write this page in this page, but I think you'll have to request Professor Mishra to call me for a 7-hour session one. Please, next. So imagine what you want to begin to look like if you had these beliefs and made them a part of your life. Yes? Yes? Now next. Yes. I thought I will take you to a very interesting area, very briefly. Okay? Because all of you are going to be techno managers of future. And that is the reason why management what is added in your training. Okay? So that is why it is added. So since all of you are going to be managers and future leaders, to be successful, I give you a very simple tip. Okay? So this is, I told you as to how to empower your mind for victory, for success, for winning. And there a very important tool we managers will use, that is called NLP. Very briefly I will tell you, and of course at the end I will give you my email ID so that you want to know more than I can say. So you don't have enough time. So in one of the sessions like this, I am just trying to tell you what is the power of mind. When you dream big and chase the dream with all the passion I have told all about. But what is the power of mind? You should know that. Right? In one of the sessions like this, and Dr. Bandler actually, he is the propounder of this theory. So he was attending a session like this when Jain Guru was delivering a lecture like this, and after the closure, he said that I now request all the participants to close their eyes and stand up and pray to their respective gods and goddesses for having given you this golden opportunity of learning today. And everybody closed eyes, they stood up, and that is the time when a lady in her 30s, walking in the front row, very excitedly, she was telling, see I can stand, see I can stand, see I can stand. And then by her side, Dr. Bandler was sitting, he was a professor of mathematics at that time. So he was sitting in the University of Santapur. So, he said, what is so great about it, ma'am? He opened his eyes, looked at the lady, then very excited she was. Then, what is so great about it? Everybody stands. He said, look. Then she was pointing to a wheelchair in which she was sitting. She said, at the age of 12, when I met with a serious road accident, I broke my spinal bone as a result of which spinal cord, and the doctors across the globe, wherever my parents have taken me, they say that this girl's spinal cord is so badly crushed that it cannot be reconstructed by surgery. So she has to be on the wheelchair for her entire life. So I am in the wheelchair for the last 20 years. Today, this is the origin of this science. Today what happened to me I do not know. But I am standing. Okay. That prompted this man, Dr. Bandler, to to forget about mathematics. He said, bloody mathematics, go to hell. I am now doing research on this. What made this lady stand up today? So he took her by the side, he did a lot of study, then he did a research. From that research, he propounded this very, very powerful theory which has revolutionized management today. Right? So, he found out that our entire neurological system comprises of billions and billions of dot-like substances called neurons. Right? And each and every neuron is like an old days audio cassette. Now everything is digitalized. But you remember earlier days audio cassettes were like this. Okay? Like Indrajit सुन रहा है गाना गुलाम अली का. इंद्रजीत का एक गर्लफ्रेंड आके बोल रहा है गुलाम अली फालतू है उसको निकाल दो. तो क्या होगा जगजीत सिंह को उसके ऊपर चला देगा. तो गुलाम अली जाएगा जगजीत सिंह आएगा. Then his another girlfriend comes and says अरे क्या ये भी अच्छा नहीं है जगजीत सिंह लता मंगेशकर अच्छी है. तो लता मंगेशकर को उसके ऊपर चला देगा तो हो जाएगा तो लता मंगेशकर आ जाएगा. That was the earlier days audio cassette, isn't it? So neurons are exactly like that. They capture our experience. Like for example, one day, Deepika is traveling in a bus. Okay? Then one Taklu fellow is trying to come very closer to her. Trying to trade with her. So what is happening? The neuron is recording that Taklu, you are bad. So next time Deepika is in the bus and another very, very innocent like Taklu is coming in. Then also the neuron is prompting Deepika. Deepika, take care, Taklu aa gaya. So what Deepika will do? She will take care, she will go by one side, she will look at that Taklu fellow very suspiciously. And that poor Taklu fellow is wondering why this girl is behaving like this. Okay? And this will continue Deepika till one day she breaks her leg and by the some road accident में scooter चला रही थी, scooty गिर गई तो बैठ गया. And then one Taklu fellow was traveling by the car. वो उसको पिकअप करके हॉस्पिटल ले गया, उसको उधर जूस पिलाया, दूध पिलाया, और फाइनली डॉक्टर को पे भी कर दिया, फीस पे किया. So what is happening? The same neuron, as I get the example, same neuron which was codified in a certain way is now getting decodified and prompting her. This Deepika, सब Taklu बुरे नहीं होते. And don't be surprised one day, she runs away with the Taklu and gets married. So this is the neuro part. I explained very nicely. This is the neuro part. Neuro-linguistic programming. This is neuro. Come to linguistics. So this is neuro. I have explained to you. Go next. Yeah, this is linguistics. So what is linguistics? Anybody who can tell me? I am very simple and don't worry. What is linguistics? Language. Yeah, somebody said language. What is language? Language क्या होता है वो? Language is for communication, isn't it? So what is communication? You are wrong. You are telling the language is one-way traffic. It is not so. You will be surprised when you join corporate. You will know that language is not what you say, my dear friend. Language is not what you say, but what you get in return. Suppose मैं आज जाके मेरे घर में सबको बता दूंगा कि देखो आज ना बढ़िया लेक्चर दिया, बच्चे लोग बहुत खुश हो गए. But suppose you go and tell your boyfriend, girlfriend and other एक आदमी आया था इतना थर्ड क्लास आदमी बहुत अच्छा. Okay? Do you think the communication was effective? No. Right. So communication हर टाइम पे उल्टा होता है. What you get in return. Right? Suppose Indrajit is standing in one corner of the bus stand, other corner में एक लड़की खड़ी है. इंद्रजीत उसको आंख दबा लिया, लड़की भी आंख दबा. What is communication? Not a single word has been exchanged. But most important communication has been conveyed to her when she has also conveyed. Right? So communication हर टाइम पे उल्टा होता है. What you get in return. Right? Yes. So communication is what you get in return. Okay? Now there is a problem in communication. Problem क्या है? Communication two types, you know, verbal and non-verbal. And please remember that non-verbal communication is always very effective, like Indrajit's case. Okay? Non-verbal communication is very effective. When you go for the interview, somebody will come to train you here. Somebody will come to train you. कि आप जा रहे हो अभी इंटरव्यू देने के लिए कंपनी में, क्या करना है? हाँ? They will say, आई कांटेक्ट करो चेयरमैन से, बोर्ड जो है ना उनके साथ आई कांटेक्ट करो, आई कांटेक्ट करो, आई कांटेक्ट करो, है ना? ये होगा. somebody will come and train you. Why? Because every day I take at least 2-3 interviews in my company. What happens, you know? The moment you knock the door, Deepika is knocking. Okay. The moment she comes in, yes, come in, ma'am. So she comes. उसको ट्रेनिंग दिया गया है GIET में कि चेयरमैन के साथ आई कांटेक्ट करो, व्हाट इज सो इंटरव्यू नो विद आई कांटेक्ट. So she will do eye contact with me. Okay. So please remember that every eye contact conveys the message. Don't think that only with human beings, with animals also. Go to a zoo. हाँ, नंदनकानन चिड़ियाखाना जाएगी तो देखो वो बाघ जाएगा तो अच्छी ना, तो बाघों को भी चाहिए ना था. Please do it next time you go. You will find that the tiger is also conveying some message to you. Each and every eye contact conveys some message. So she has conveyed a message to me, and I have concluded कि हाँ लड़की ठीक है, गलती है, अच्छा है, चमची बन जाएगी, अच्छी है, इसको ले लेते हैं. So what I do? I try to test your knowledge. I try to test your knowledge. मैं तो इंटरव्यू बोर्ड में बैठना सबसे इजी काम होता है. ओके, क्योंकि मैं जो पूछता हूँ उसका आंसर मेरे को ही पता नहीं होता. So I test her knowledge. I'll ask her such questions that she can answer. पर सपोज आई कॉन्टैक्ट में मेरे को थोड़ा गड़बड़ इंप्रेशन आया कि लड़की थोड़ा चालू लग रही है, ठीक है, नहीं दीपिका यू आर नॉट दैट, बट ये मैसेज अगर आता है कि थोड़ा चालू लगती है, गड़बड़ करेगी, इसको लेना रिस्की है, व्हाट आई विल डू? आई ट्राई टू टेस्ट हर इग्नोरेंस. आई आस्क हर सच क्वेश्चन. आई आस्क हर, यस दीपिका, व्हाट इज द वेट ऑफ मून? Neither she knows what is the weight nor I know. But the poor girl is rejected. Okay? Please remember that each and every interview, ये रोज ऐसे ही होता है. What message you are sending through your eye contact plays very important. So this is about non-verbal communication. Come to verbal communication. Verbal communication कैसे होता है? With language. Isn't it? Language means what? Words. Words means what? What are symptoms of feelings of your heart that you want to convey? But there is a problem with words. Problem is that words after repeated use, they lose their luster, they lose their significance, they lose their effectiveness. For example, when I was a student of Ramsar College, those days, in 1981, one of my friends, क्लास में एक लड़की को, सुंदर सा लड़की को आई लव यू बोल दिया. ओके, दोज डेज टेलिंग समबडी, अभी तो तुम लोग उसके अच्छा, दोज डेज it was such a big news that you go to playground, you go to canteen, you go to even washroom, जिधर भी जाओ, अरे वो ना इंद्रजीत ना उसको आई लव यू. That was the type of magic it has created. But today suppose a boy comes and tells Deepika I love you. What is Deepika's response? I tell you what. Deepika will say very absent, हाँ सुबह से तो 15 लोग मेरे को आई लव यू बोलते थे, you are 16th person, तुम्हारे पास cutting edge क्या है? तुम्हारे extra क्या है? Why the word love is not evoking the type of romance, the word love is not evoking the type of response, the type of magic that it used to create 25 years back? Why it is not able to create? Because this word love, after repeated use, it has lost its luster, it has lost its significance, it has lost its poignance. आप लोगों ने कुत्ता, बिल्ली, चिड़िया सबको आई लव यू बोलते बोलते लव वर्ड का सत्यानाश कर दिया. In all communication, that is why if you want to be effective as a speaker, आप मेरे को बोलो एक चैनल में लालू यादव आ रहा है और एक में सोनिया गांधी लेक्चर दे रही है, आप किसको सुने? There is no doubt that all of you, including me, will tune into Lalu Yadav. Have you ever thought why? Why? There lies the science. Don't think it is not science. Why? Why you would like to listen to Lalu Yadav? Why you like to listen to Narendra Modi? Why you like to listen to Atal Bihari Vajpayee? He was such a great speaker. Why you want to listen to them? Why not Sonia Gandhi or Rajiv Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi or somebody? Why? The reason is very, very well thought out scientific plan. That is, they choose words which have higher degree of hypnotic index. Please remember that each and every word, they operate at two levels, either at conscious level or at subconscious. If you are using a word which operates at conscious level, the impact will be less. But if it operates at subconscious level, the impact will be high. For example, I tell you, जो लालू यादव बोलता है ना कि मैं गधे नहीं इसके ऊपर बफलो के ऊपर बैठ के गाँव में घूम रहा था, बफलो के ऊपर डांस कर रहा था, वो कर रहा था, थोड़ा इंग्लिश, थोड़ा गाँव वाले हिंदी मिला के जैसे बोलता है. What happens, you know? All of us are at our subconscious, we are all religious. All of us believe in that myth, we call that myth as per the science. उसमें आप relate करते हो. मगर जो आदमी बहुत बड़ा बड़ा साइंटिफिक थ्योरी बोलेगा, उसको आप relate नहीं कर पाते. That is why I'll give you another example. Suppose you say it is interesting. The word interesting has a hypnotic index of 5. But the moment you replace the word interesting with oh it is amazing, उसका hypnotic index 9 हो जाता है. So you will agree, if you use the word amazing, it will be more powerful. So in your choice of words, in verbal communication, you should pick up such words which have high degree of hypnotic index. How do you do that? That is a part of science. I don't have time. Okay, but I will give you my email ID. If you want to know more, I will send you some important references. Okay, next. So this is programming. Now what is programming? Three concepts I will explain, then you will understand. So what is programming? Programming is programming is not your So there was a police psychologist, Pavlov's theory of conditioning. Programming comes from conditioning. So Pavlov, at 12 o'clock he will ring the bell, you will fetch the dog and you will give a piece of flesh to the dog. He did it for 2 months. Please remember, 2 months is very significant. Huh? 2 months. After 2 months, he just rang the bell. The dog came on its own. After hearing the sound, the dog came on its own. He again did it for 2 months. Then after 2 months, he rang the bell, the dog came, it did not give place. What happened? The dog went mad. It started circling around Pavlov like a mad dog and started salivating so profusely that the entire area around Pavlov started resembling like a river of saliva. From that he propounded this theory of conditioning. That if you practice something in your conscious mind, it will go to your subconscious mind. And body is a slave of subconscious mind, not of conscious mind. Please remember. Body is always a slave of subconscious mind. And once an idea and dream you are putting in subconscious mind, This dream has to happen because your body will automatically follow that. For example, when I was a small child, my mother used to beat me up very roundly, for why? What reason? Because she had taught me that anybody who is older than you by some years, the moment he comes, you should touch his or her feet and take this. मैं क्या करता था? Because of the prompting of the conscious mind, कोई अगर भाई मेरे पिताजी के दोस्त है जो थोड़ा गंदा है, गंदा कपड़ा, फटा हुआ कपड़ा पहन के आए हैं, I try to avoid that sir. Okay, I go this way, I try to avoid. My mother used to mark that. You will catch me near outside. तुमने उसको क्यों नमस्ते नहीं किया? गरीब है इसलिए ना. इसको ये नहीं किया क्योंकि फटा हुआ कपड़ा पहना ना. ये करते करते like again. Think me as Pavlov's dog. My mother was Pavlov. Think about it. Right? थप्पड़ मारते मारते stage has come now that when I go to my ancestral village, कोई भी घर में आता है who is older than me, my heart automatically जाता है. Okay? Because it is gone to the subconscious. It never occurs to me to say कंपनी का डायरेक्टर है, तो इतना बड़ा आदमी है, PhD है, वो है, क्यों इसका गरीब आदमी का पैर छू रहा है? It never comes to that. All training of dream is like that, friends. उसको आपको सबकॉन्शियस में डालना पड़ेगा. प्रैक्टिस करते करते रोज करते करते लिखो रोज, मैं 5 साल के बाद ये होना चाहता हूँ. मन में नहीं लिखोगे. You have to write. You have to write and paste in your room. ओके, मैं 5 साल के बाद मैनेजर बनूंगा, 10 साल के बाद ये बनूंगा, 15 साल के बाद CEO बनूंगा. अब जैसे देखोगे ना, वो जाएगा धीरे धीरे सबकॉन्शियस. जाते जाते एक दिन के बाद it will start being a part of your life. Okay, so conscious mind is 7, subconscious 38, unconscious 55. We have done a lot of research on subconscious mind, but unconscious mind अभी तक किया नहीं हमने. अभी एक लड़का मेरे अंडर में PhD कर रहा है. He is working on dream harvesting. Because unconscious mind में ही ड्रीम आता है. और ड्रीम को कैप्चर करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. क्योंकि आपको I don't know if you read, there was a Japanese कुकुड़ा करके, वो सोया था. आपको जितना ड्रीम आप देखते हो उसको रिकॉर्ड करते हो क्या? वो मूवी जैसा आता है, चला जाता है. Only when you are seeing a beautiful dream, that time आपको कोई अगर आपको wake up कर दिया, तो then आपको याद रहता है. So कुकुड़ा was seeing a dream that he is getting married. He is getting married to an angel under the sea. And that is the time his mother came and woke him up. अरे बेटा थोड़ा जाके बाजार से भिंडी लेके आ. तो उठ के बोला, मम्मी आप क्यों मेरे को जगा दिया? आपने इतना बढ़िया एंजल को भी पानी के नीचे शादी कर रहा था. ठीक है, तो हंसने लगा. मगर भिंडी लाने के बाद उसको आइडिया आया, अच्छा सपनों को ऊपर शादी करते हैं, पानी के नीचे शादी करना बहुत रोमांटिक होगा ना. So what he did, he entered into a sort of arrangement with an industrial house to have set up a beautiful palace under the Sea of Japan. Beautiful palace एक बनाया है. There now for 7 years it is booked for marriage. Now तुम लोग बुक करोगे ये दीपिका, तो फिर आपको 8 साल के बाद मिलेगा. ठीक है? This is the situation. So what I am trying to tell you friends is कि ड्रीम से कितना बड़ा बिजनेस प्रपोजिशन हो सकता है. Because dream, layers of dream only gives you different new dimensions of application of management. So dream has become very important. We are not talking about that. Next. Yeah. So left brain is the brain of certainty. Right brain is the brain of uncertainty. Please remember, जिंदगी में जिधर uncertainty है उधर ही जाओ. The most certain thing in your life is there. एक डेड बॉडी ऐसे ही पड़ा रहेगा. It is the most certain thing. Okay? The moment you are looking for certainty, a part of you is dying. Please remember, go for uncertain things. Then only there will be possibility. अगर इंद्रजीत सोचेगा कि ये लड़की का घर वॉल में जंप करूंगा, नेक्स्ट साइड में उसका पिताजी होगा तो दांत तोड़ देगा, उसका भाई होगा तो मुंडी फटा देगा, तो जिंदगी को प्यार नहीं कर पाएगा. ओके? हाथ इधर निकाल, ऐसे हाथ कर. ठीक है? So if you want anything exciting to happen in your life, go after uncertainty always. That is also as much applicable forward to setting a big dream and changing it. Because that is the most uncertain thing. Okay? So possibility classifies them, all depends on attitude. Next. Yes. A lot of definitions have been given for attitude. But this is a very simple one. Simple one is, this is the case of our friend Deepika Nandy. So what is happening? Left side is stimuli. You know what is stimuli? Stimulus ka plural stimuli. जैसे fungus का enzyme. Right. And this side is response. Each and every stimulus, if generating, like I gave the example, I give you a slap, there are 5 options, you know. So there will be response. Which response you are choosing, a combination of that response, that is it. Okay? What response you are choosing? You are making it very careful choice. Like suppose Indrajit ने उसका लालपन के साथ किधर गया है? Suppose beggars, you know, beggars especially in Bombay. In Bombay beggars they know किधर जाके इसको disturb करना है. You will find when एक लड़का लड़की बैठे हैं ना पार्क में, उधर जाके भीख मांगेगा. So that time what will happen? इधर भी सोच रहे हैं टाइम अभी ट्राई कर रहा है, ये आदमी मेरा टाइम खा रहा है, इसको दे दो 5 रुपया. बोलेगा नहीं 5 नहीं होगा. ठीक है 10 नहीं 10 नहीं होगा, आपका टाइम बर्बाद नहीं होगा, आपको कितना इम्पोर्टेंट टाइम. Right? So how you are responding to a situation, a collectivity of that is your attitude. That is why we say, friends, that attitude gives you altitude in life. Okay, there are so many stories, you know, the glass is half filled with water, glass is half empty. How you look at life, how you look at situation, how you look at crisis. Okay, so that is your attitude. Only you are deciding attitude. And you are deciding attitude means that will give you attitude in your life. Okay? Next. Yeah. So stimuli environment cannot be always changed. Yeah. Can you go back, please? Go back. Yeah. No. Next. देखो, left side is not in your hand. When you join corporate, left side is not in your hand because that is environment. Environment cannot be challenged and need not be challenged. Suppose you have joined a corporate, जो आज कपड़ा बना रहा है, कल your CMD will say नहीं मैं कपड़ा बंद कर दिया. जैसे अजीम प्रेम जी, हाँ पहले बेबी शॉप बना रहा था, बोला नहीं मैं कल से नहीं करूँगा, मैं कल से IT करूँगा. Being an employee, do you have any role to play? You cannot do anything. So left side is not in your hand. That is called environment. Left side is not in your hand, Deepika. You know why? Because left side is mother-in-law side. Don't try to change your mother-in-law when you get married. If you try to change your mother-in-law, you will always lose. There is no doubt about it. Always change the right side. Your response should be right. Yes. Next. Right. So you should try to do it through the conditioning of the mind and body has no alternative to do. Yeah. Next. Yes, these are the core states. You cannot see. I will not talk about it because we don't have time. If you want to know more, I'll help you. So, you see, this is what? Prayer is always like that. Please remember it. Prayer is, when you go to pray, what happens, do you know? Suppose Indrajit goes to Lord Shiva and जाके वो prayer करता है. What is he praying? That Lord Shiva, please make me marry the most beautiful girl in the education. इस तरह हमारा prayer रहता है ना? है ना Indrajit? Okay. So what will happen? मैं जब इंद्रजीत का नाम लूंगा, आप उसको पेगलों का कुत्ते के साथ सब्स्टिट्यूट करो. So he goes and prays for 3 months, 4 months, वो subconscious में चला जाता है. It will go to the subconscious. And as I said, body is the slave of the subconscious mind. So he will pick up such habits that will take her to the most beautiful girl in the eye. वो पढ़ाई लिखाई छोड़ के उधर जाएगा, लाइन मारेगा, कविता लिखेगा, मोबाइल देगा, कुछ करेगा, वो करके when he wins, he comes and he tells Lord Shiva, sir, thank you so much, you answered my prayer. So Lord Shiva is telling, my dear child, I have not done anything. You only successfully programmed your subconscious mind, because of which your body became the slave and the whole world changed. Next. So in the mind will automatically generate the positive. ये change देखो, positive thought, positive emotion, action, habits, character, destiny. ये बीच में सब निकाल दो. Positive thought will make your destiny as you. ये एकदम पक्का है. आप आज से मेरे से ले लो, लिख के मैं देने के लिए तैयार हूँ. कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम होता है जिंदगी में, उसमें ढूंढो तुम्हारे लिए क्या पॉजिटिविटी है. थिंक पॉजिटिव. ओके, ऑलवेज. कुछ भी गड़बड़ हो. आपको बताया जैसे KFC का जो फाउंडर है ना, कर्नल सैंडर्स, his wife ran away with his first wife's son's friend. दूसरा थोड़ा शादी करते हैं, थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो, समझ नहीं पाए. But so when you came and asked कि सर आपका बीवी भाग गया, you know what was their response? What is his response? At the age of 76, this man was responding. नहीं, no मौका नहीं मिला. What is feeling? आपका बीवी भाग तो बोलता है, see the freedom I got. See the freedom I got. So देखो वर्स्ट क्राइसिस में भी आपके लिए कुछ ना कुछ तो है, वो जब पक्का है. तो जब एक ग्रेट फाउंडेशन क्या नेक्स्ट, सो इट इज एटीट्यूड फाउंडेशन इज नेक्स्ट अगेन. ये आपको मानना पड़ेगा. सी आई टेल यू वन. This, please look at this slide very carefully. This is a study done by the Mecca of Management, Harvard University. Okay, that is called Mecca of Management. Recently, I was there for my son's graduation. So, they did this study. They have found out that attitude plays 85% role for any success. And only 15% role is played by your knowledge. Just see what is the dimension of attitude. Recently, Baleswar Mudane, the headmaster, ସେ ଗୋଟେ ଦୃଷ୍ଟି ଦେଲେ, ଗୋଟେ ପୋଷ୍ଟ କାର୍ଡ ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଆମ ସ୍କୁଲ ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆପଣ ସବୁଠୁ ବେଶୀ ଉପରକୁ ଉଠି ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି, ତେଣୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ସମ୍ବର୍ଦ୍ଧନା କରିବୁ. So they wrote me a letter. And the Sanskrit teacher who was teaching you Sanskrit at that time, he wants to bless you, sir. So please fix up a date and come. Many of you don't understand why, I'm sorry. So that many of you, that you please come. So I went there. So they started praising me. And one important thing was, one teacher, the present headmaster, he said that एक चीज उसका है कि ये बहुत बदमाश था, उसका एक गुंडा तो फ्रेंड थे, ये लोग गांजा पीते थे ज्यादा, पढ़ाई लिखाई में उसका कोई ध्यान ही था नहीं. ठीक है. और but one thing, he remembered one thing, that when the education minister came to the school, the headmaster had made a principle that in the first line, all those who have scored above 60% they will sit, and those who will score less than 60% have scored less than, they will sit in the back bench. ठीक है. और मैं तो बदमाश था, मैं फ्रंट सीट में बैठ गया था. So then the headmaster said, उसको इधर से भगाओ, because I was not a good student, let me tell you. इसलिए I get so inspired. I was not a good student. I scored around 55% or 56%. तो ये सार मेरे को आके बोले कि तू सेकंड में बैठ, फास्ट में क्यों बैठा? मैंने बोला फास्ट में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? मैंने बोला कोई कुछ तो वजह है, मैं नहीं बताऊंगा, तुम दुखी हो गए, बताइए ना सर. तो देख फास्ट बेंच में ना तो 60% वालों को बिठाया गया है, तू सेकंड बेंच में बैठ. तो बोला वो ये बात है सर, ठीक है मैं सेकंड में नहीं बैठता हूँ, मैं एकदम पीछे बैठूंगा. मगर सर आपके साथ ये रहा, हमारे बालेश्वर में ऐसे होता है, ऐसे पैर कर देते हैं तो जीत का मतलब ये. मैंने बोला ये रहा आपके साथ कि आप जिसको फर्स्ट बेंच में बिठाए हो, उनसे अगर 15-10 किलोमीटर सामने जिंदगी में नहीं जाता हूं तो आपके पास मेरा कान काट के रखूंगा. ये चीज मैं भूल गया हूं. जैसे टीचर सेड सर ये लड़का ऐसा था. मैंने कहा देखो इसमें कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, आप लोगों का एजुकेशन सिस्टम ऐसा है कि the person who is not good in mathematics, आप उसको ब्रांड दे देते हैं ये गधा है. I was not good in mathematics, but I was exceptionally good in social sciences. I was terribly good in English. Okay. रॉटन है इंडिया में. जब ये लोगों ने धब्बा लगा दिया था, जो मैथमेटिक्स नहीं जानता है वो साला गधा है. मेरे बाप ने गधा बनाया था, आपने मुझे तो गधा सिंह बनाया था. ओके, आई डोंट केयर फॉर मैथ, बट आई मूव टू द टॉप. आई डोंट केयर, राइट? दैट इज व्हाई आई गेट सो इंस्पायर्ड बाय दिस. दैट इज व्हाई आई गेट सो इंस्पायर्ड बाय दिस. आपको मैं इसलिए बता रहा हूँ, जिंदगी में आप अगर जीत नहीं होगा आपका, उधर भी पहुंच नहीं पाओगे. लड़ाई जीत से आता है, लड़ाई करना पड़ेगा माय डियर फ्रेंड्स. पोस्ट ग्लोबलाइजेशन इट इज ओनली कंपटीशन, कंपटीशन एंड कंपटीशन. Competition means nothing but developing cutting edge over others. Competition thinks of the best. Do you know why coming here? For long, because in corporate we had a tie-up with GIET and the Kings. I was never traveling by Indian Airlines. When I came here, I came by Indian Airlines. Then I saw the grandmas. I call them grandmas. They are not air hostess. So my dear grandma, why are you smiling looking at me? Because when I used to travel earlier, you never used to smile. You are only frowning. Now, what has made you smile? Then grandma replied, she replied very politely, क्या करे बेटे, अभी वो जो जेट और किंगफिशर के लड़की छोटे छोटे कपड़े पहन के आते हैं, आपका दिल को हिला देते हैं. इसलिए हमको भी एयर इंडिया बोलता है, आप भी दिल हिलाओ. Why they are smiling? They are supposed to smile because there is competition. Competition will always bring out the best in you, isn't it? Suppose my friend Indrajit and one of those listen, suppose Indrajit and Anil, both of them are wooing one girl. मैं कोई लड़की का नाम नहीं लूंगा, मैं नंदी हूं ना, मेरा नाम नंदिनी कर देता हूँ. Suppose ये दोनों मेरे को मक्का मारे, and I am not as lucky as Draupadi that I can marry both. सुबह अगर इंद्रजीत एक टाई पहन के एक मारुति में मेरे को मस्का मारने के लिए आता है, then वेरी गुड. आफ्टरनून में अनिल आएगा, एक बरोबर स्टील आइधर होंडा सिटी नहीं तो मर्सिडीज लेके आएगा और टाई भाई पहन के फुटेड हो गए वो आएगा वाइट. अच्छा, बट थिंक करे भाई, बट सपोज इंद्रजीत को पता है ये नंदिनी को और कोई लड़का मिलेगा नहीं, मैं ही पैदा हूँ उसके लिए, वो तो मेरे लिए पैदा है, तो फिर क्या करेगा? लुंगी पहन के This is what competition means. If there is no competition, you take customers for granted. Forget about customer satisfaction and customer delight. You don't feel like satisfying the customer. Now, of course, we are talking about delighting the customer. Okay? So next. So this is the attitude can only be aggregated. Sir. Looking at the face of my friend, I am my dear friend. But as I said, attitude can only give you attitude, nothing. और attitude आपका strong हो गया ना, तो जीत अपने आप आएगी. और जीत नहीं होगा तो आप किधर भी नहीं पहुंच पाओगे और ये जिंदगी बर्बाद हो जाएगा. जैसे मैं बताया ना, in the beginning of this session, you are never sure that you will be born as human being in your next birth. आप नेक्स्ट बार में कुछ भी कुत्ता होकर पैदा हो गया, आपको ड्रीम देखने का मौका मिलेगा. चेक करने के लिए भागलपुर किधर जाएगा, कुत्ता होकर भोगो करते रहेगा. So this is the only life as human being. This is the only life as human being. इधर करके दिखाओ, छोड़ो मत, एक भी ड्रीम को छोड़ो मत, भागो पीछे. एंड टेक इट फ्रॉम मी, वो ड्रीम साकार होके ही रहेगा, उसका कोई रास्ता नहीं. You look at me, it has happened to me, but it has to happen to me. We have come to the end, not yet, another 10 minutes. Just a minute.
I think he should continue for another 10 minutes, is it right?
Yes. Thank you. Cheers for Nandy.
Mr. Indrajit. Puja. But I think he has been a fabulous speaker. See, just, I will narrate everything. Exemplary speaker, See, more about it, maybe after. You completed our.
Now that Mr. James promised that he is inviting me for a 7-hour session, so I will complete. I am not talking about mental dieting, which is nothing but theory of conditioning again. कि आप conscious mind में practice जो भी करोगे, like Pavlov's dog, it will go to your subconscious to make you the winner. आज से आप लोगों को ये करना है. नंबर 1, ये एक पॉइंट मैं बता रहा हूँ, 10 मिनट में फिनिश करें. Practice PMA. What is PMA? Positive mental attitude. I have already told you. Be always positive and practice positivity of thought even in depressing situation. As I said, ये तो example of Gordon Sanders. कितना depressing है, 85 years में किसी का बीवी भाग जाएगा, वो बोलता है इसी का freedom my God. इससे ज़्यादा positivity तो क्या चाहिए? And find out the silver lining even in the darkest cloud and seek affirmation by sense of humor. See, now you are admiring me so much, but let me tell you. When I was a student like you and I passed out, this time I was a very serious person. I was taking life so seriously. सबको ऐसे ऐसे देखता था. उसके बाद I moved up. I found that most of the important leaders in corporate, they have such a strong sense of humor. Because without that, it cannot throw out negativity. A lot of stress comes, a lot of negativity comes to us. And we try to win over that with a lot of sense of humor. Okay, so practice sense of humor, right? क्योंकि आप नेक्स्ट बार में कुत्ता भी होकर पैदा हो गए ना, आप हंस नहीं पाओगे. हमारा कुत्ता कभी हंसा है? तो आपको हंसने का मौका अभी मिल रहा है. तो इसलिए जितना हंसना है हंस लो. But please take care that don't laugh at others. Laugh at yourself. And please believe me that we have so much of imperfections in us that you can laugh at yourself for any number of days. I am a Taklu fellow. My friend Patnaik sir is also a Taklu fellow. or I have come with thoda Taklu. Do you know, I have 103 stories about Taklus. While in corporate function, I try to humor up my teammates. I tell them one story after another. Like I tell you, when I got married, I came to my father-in-law's house. My father-in-law is a prolific breeder, like Lalu Jadhav. 12 बच्चे हैं, इसका भी 11 बच्चे. Five salis. So they bounced on me. They started pulling my leg. They started then एक बुढ़ी आके बोला, अरे बेटी लोग, हाँ तुम्हारा जीजा जी कैसा है? They said, हाँ ठीक है सब मगर थोड़ा टकलू है. ठीक है, you know what was my response? I said, God created very few perfect heads. God created very few perfect heads. And on the rest, He put hair. Because God was so ashamed of His creation that to cover it up He put out His hair. So I said, my dear people, you are so lucky to have perfect hair in your GIET. You should be proud of that. So don't laugh at others. Laugh at yourself. Once you know how to laugh at your own imperfection, people around you, they will respect you. They will say, "Sir, का इतना confidence अपने ऊपर देखो, अपने ऊपर हंस रहा है." I learned it from a Sadaji friend who was my roommate in JNU. And the day we parted ways, मैं बोला, "स्मिथ, अभी तो आज जा रहे, तुम रेगुलर सरदारजी जोक बताना 10-12." बोला 10-12 की 50 लिख। तो मैंने लिखा all rapidly non-veg jokes. ये डायरी में लेके जाता हूँ पार्टी में। all सरदारजी jokes. जब लास्ट में मैं उसको पूछा कि सचमुच तेरे को बुरा नहीं लगता? तो इतना सरदारजी जोक, इतना नॉन वेजिटेरियन जोक तो मेरे को बोलता है तेरे बारे में। You know what is his response? All of you should know. He said, Nandy, can you show me a Sardarji beggar? मैंने बोला ना, I will show you thousands of Udiya beggars, Bengali beggars, Bihari beggars, Telugu beggars. Why can't you show me even one Sardarji beggar? Bloody fool, answer this question. You are very upset. I said, I have no answer. The next question. Have you seen any Sardarji rickshaw puller? I will show you crores of Udiya rickshaw pullers, crores of Bengali rickshaw pullers, crores of Bihari rickshaw pullers, crores of Telugu rickshaw pullers. Why bloody fool you cannot show me even one Sardarji rickshaw puller? I said, I have no answer. The answer is this. We are such a confident race that we don't care what you do or what you say. तुम लोग इतना दुखी हो, तुम्हारे मुंह में थोड़ा अगर हंसी मेरे वजह से आता है तो ये मेरा सबसे बड़ा अचीवमेंट है। I know what I am. Okay? Right. There is no Sardarji here. Otherwise you will be very happy. Tell your Sardarji friend, तुम्हारा boyfriend अगर दीपिका है तो Sardarji। Next is recollect the past. Recollect the past for getting inspired and not getting most of us, please believe me, most of us will recollect the past for the injury of the heart. अगर दीपिका का एक फ्रेंड ने उसको बहुत हेल्प किया है जिंदगी और हॉस्पिटल में जाके उधर जाके फिर भी जस्ट बिकॉज वन डे ही और सी से नहीं मैं तेरे साथ मूवी नहीं जा पाऊंगा, दोनों का रिलेशन खत्म होगा। Because from the past you always recollect the injury, but you do not recollect the so many good things that both of you have done. Right? This is very unfortunate thing, but it is a truth. Please from today, whenever you capture a person's image, think about the good things he has done to you. Forget about the bad things. Bad things are like, occupied. They are taking your mental spectrum, occupying your space in the mental spectrum without paying rent for it. So throw them out. Right? All good things you recollect. Right? Then, so focus on maximizing your strength and develop core competency around that, you know that. Recollect all good deeds done by you during the day and thank yourself by patting your own head. वो हम नहीं करते हैं, इसलिए हम लोगों का इतना जो सेल्फ एस्टीम नीचे होता है। Please do that. All the good things you do every day, please remember you do hundreds of good things. All of us do. Right? And that is why always feel proud of that. Never ever, please remember, never ever give up your good work just because your boss has not given you credit. You will face it every day when you join corporate. Bosses are like that. They are like me. Very selfish people. Very selfish people. They will steal credit from the juniors. Do you know, in my company, I am always worried about youngsters like you. Because you are more intelligent than me. You come with a lot of fresh ideas, new ideas. आप मेरे को हरा दोगे. तो इसलिए मैं क्या करता हूँ? आपका आइडिया चोरी करके लेके उसको थोड़ा इंग्लिश अच्छा बना के मेरा बॉस को दे दूँ. मेरा बॉस को लेना कितना बढ़िया है, फैंटास्टिक है. And that time when it comes as a circular, poor Deepika will cry. ये तो सर को मैंने ही बताया था. सर ने इसको पैकेज करके पूरा क्रेडिट ले लिया. मैं क्या करूँ? है ना? You will come across this situation every day in the corporate, but never give up your hard work. Please never do that. You know why? Because if one boss does not give you credit, please remember, another boss will be there who will give you a lot of credit even without your asking for it. Okay? Without asking for it, he will give you a lot of credit. So God believes in, theory of bookkeeping, that he balances one of the both of sides. So you don't give up your hard work, right? Next. So catch people doing something right. All of us are experts in catching people when they do something wrong. But from today onwards, you are giving me words. That you will say a minimum thank you to somebody who has done something good. Okay? If you cannot give a small gift, a flower also. If you cannot do that, please catch people doing something right. Either in the office or in corporate, in college, at your home. How many days your mother cooks such fantastic fish curries for you? Have you ever hugged her and said, Mommy, I love you. You have done so much for you. I am telling you the live example. Many times I thought that I say this to my mom. Because whatever I am today, it is because of my mom. Right? Because she sacrificed so much. For me. And because as I said, I came from a lower middle class family. So she is the person who sacrificed.